A warm good evening, friends. Myself, Dr. Prakash Ranjana Sadashiv Yadav. I am a participant in 2 weeks refresher course in Women Studies and Women Empowerment, which is organized by the UGC Human Resource Development Center at Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Marathwada University, Aurangabad. Here I am going to present my micro teaching lesson on entitled National Policy for the Empowerment of Women 2016. The objectives of lesson plan are to make aware the students about National Policy for Women 2016, to teach the provisions or priority areas under the Policy for Women Empowerment 2016, to take the feedback about the same policy, and last one is that to prepare the students for the application of policy in their fieldwork. Since I am the postgraduate teacher for MSW, Master of Social Work, and MPhil PhD also. So here I would like to give a conceptual framework of national policy for women empowerment uh, 2016. Basically, women empowerment is a socio-political ideal of envisioned in relation to the wider framework of women rights. If we look at our constitutional framework, every individual having the fundamental rights, as far as women are concerned, they have the women's rights also. So, within a framework of women right, uh, the women empowerment talks about. So basically, women empowerment is a process that leads to women to realize their full potential. Naturally, women are very clever, very sensitive, and they have their own potentials. Basically, every individual having the dignity by birth, him or her, they have their rights in the constitutional framework, as well as it is a process to have the access to the opportunities, resources, and choices with the freedom of decision making in both within and outside of the home. Due to COVID pandemic situations, I am not able to go in the class for this micro teaching lesson. Therefore, I could not use the blackboard also. In context of introduction about the women empowerment policy 2016, women empowerment would be achieved only when advancement in the conditions of women is accompanied by their ability. As I said, ki women are naturally by born clever. They are able to do such significant things in human beings life as well as in their own life. So to influence the direction of social change came through the equal opportunities in economic, social, and political spheres of life. As an individual, we have the equal opportunities in economic, social, and political spheres of life. Therefore, the vision of this national policy of women empowerment is that a society in which women attain their full potential and are able to participate as equal partner in all the spheres of life and influence the process of social change. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar sir used to say that I measure the progress of any community or country with the full participation of women where that country has achieved their goal. So, without taking partnership or participation of women in all spheres of life or all spheres of development in the process of social change, the women empowerment is incomplete. Mission, as far as mission of women policy is concerned, the mission is like that to create an effective framework to develop the process of developing policies, programs, and practices which will ensure equal rights and opportunities to women in the family, community, workplace, and in governance. Recently, in the year 2014, Maharashtra government has given 50% reservation to the women in governance. As far as 73rd and 74th constitutional amendment is act is concerned, there is 33% reservation for seats for the women in local self-governance bodies. So Maharashtra is the first state where in local governance bodies women have given 50% reservation. Like in a workplace, community and family, there should be equal rights and opportunity. So considering this mission, the policy having the further objectives like creative, conducive socio-cultural, economic and political environment to enable women to enjoy equal rights. Also, second objective is that mainstreaming gender in all-round development process, a holistic and life cycle approach to women's health and availability of affordable healthcare services. Then fourth one, access to universal quality education to girls and women, increasing women's workforce participation in economy. These are the there are 9 to 10 objective, but I would like to emphasize on this slide कि women should get equal opportunities, equal rights in the field of cultural, social, economic and political environment also. If we mainstreaming the women in all-round development process, objectives will be achieved. There should be a healthcare facilities and which should be affordable. If we look at rural and tribal area of our country, still there are no healthcare services as just available as such. Many of the girls and women from tribal marginalized section of the society like Dalits, OBCs, rural women are deprived from the education. So each and every women and girls should get equal access to the quality education. And of course, women should be participated in economy. Then, followed by these five objectives, there are several objectives, including equal participation in social, political, and economic spheres, including decision making and in governance. As far as governance is concerned, there is a decision making process. The picture behind this is totally different. While though there are women participation in governance, but decision making process is still with the women representatives husbands, that is patriarchy, transforming discriminatory social attitudes. So still we are in the 21st century and people are living with the discriminatory social attitudes. It can be transformed. That is the need of our. Next one, develop gender sensitive legal judicial system. From women perspective, there should be a good and sensitive gender sensitive legal judicial system. Elimination of all forms of violence against women, since from family, community, society and across the nation or state, there should not be any kind of violence against women until and unless women should feel that we are in safety place. Next one, development and empowerment of women belongs from a vulnerable and marginalized group. As I said, the women and girls from marginalized group like scheduled caste, scheduled tribes, OBCs, other vulnerable groups, destitute, as well as uh, the single living women, deserted women, that the women, these kind of women should be developed and empowered through various skill development and vocational training. Also strengthen and develop the partnership for the women empowerment. Of course, for development and empowerment of women, there should be a partnership with stakeholders like civil society organization, government bodies, as well as some of the corporate industries also. Last one, strengthen monitoring, evaluation and social audit and data system to bring the gender gaps. If we would like to mainstreaming the gender into mainstream of all social, cultural, political and economic sphere, then there should be a system of monitoring, evaluation and social audit, and also there should be a data system. These are the some of the priorities areas health including food security and nutrition. If we look at our total population, rest of 50% population, those who are comes under informal sector or unorganized sector, they don't have the food to one time food. Many of the people sleep without taking food at night. Still, education has not reached, it can be reached to each and every girl of uh, our country. Economy, so there should be a first initiative or priority for poverty elevation. Poverty can be elevated, it cannot be reduced or reduced. Also increasing visibility in the field of workforce participation, as well as in the agriculture, industry, labor and employment, skill development, entrepreneurship development, service sector, science and technology. All these area, if the equal opportunities and freedom given to the women, automatically that women will be contributing in our Indian economy. Last but not the least, governance and decision making process. As I said, that Maharashtra is the first state who has given 50% reservation in governance and decision making process. If the total freedom to given to the women, of course, our governance will be very well. Considering current political situation, most of the Gram Panchayat had their unelected positions and declared their unelected Gram Panchayat unopposition, I can say unopposition. Elections were held in day before yesterday. And last one, violence against women, it should be stopped in each and every field. So therefore, these are the some of the priority areas, and students should come in next for next lecture along with studying these all the aspects. So I must uh, these are the some of the other areas. I must say thanks to all the dignitaries of UGC HRDC, director sir, assistant director, course coordinator madam, and other technical staff. And thanks to my fellow participants. Thank you very much.